In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best cards in NBA 2K22 My Team. We have a tier list here ranking from S all the way down to D tier. The first card on the tier list is going to be Endgame Scotty Barnes. I do think he is probably going to be in that A tier category. Guys, I have about like 40 or 50 of the best cards in the game. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get every single player on this list, so if I do miss somebody, you guys want to know what tier they're in, just comment their name in the comment section down below. But looking at Scotty Barnes here on 2KDB, he's obviously going to be an endgame card, so I feel like he has to be somewhere in that B or A tier category. He's 6'7" tall with a 7'2" wingspan, and he can play the small forward position. Obviously going to have 80 Hall of Fame badges, 99 every single stat. And when we look at the animation screen, he's got that set shot 25 jumper, which is obviously the best jumper in the game right now. And then he's got the quick dribble style, the D-Rose size up, the Steph Curry escape with the Scottie Pippen behind the back. I think he's probably the second or third best small forward in the game. So for me, he's going to be in that A tier category. Looking at Bob Alecki, obviously still a very elite card, but I can't put him higher than B tier just due to the fact with how many good power forwards we have in the game right now. And obviously, guys, I think you guys know this, but every card on this tier list is going to be super elite. There's not going to be a single bad card on this tier list. Looking at Boban, I think once again, kind of the same thing as Bob Alecki. There's just so many good power forwards and centers in the game right now. I think he's probably going to have to go in B tier, a very solid option, and they're both nice because they are free. Looking at Bull, I think once again, I think Bull is a very good card, but there's just so many good power forwards in the game right now. Looking at Carmelo Anthony endgame, I think he's at least got to be an A tier. By the way, guys, S tier is going to be my top 5 cards in the game right now. So there's only going to be like a couple cards in S tier. I think Carmelo Anthony, though, is an amazing shooting guard, 6'8" tall with a 7-foot wingspan. Looking at his stats, obviously 99 every single stat with 80 Hall of Fame badges. And then when we look at the jump shot, he's got the set shot 25 jumper, he's got the Kobe Bryant upper on very quick, obviously, and he's got the Trae Young leaner, and he's got the best dribble sigs in the game. Also, Carmelo has a really good player model, really good height, really good wingspan for that shooting guard position. I think he's a no-brainer for A tier. Looking at Chet Holmgren, I think he's going to be the same as Bull. They pretty much play very similar. They're both going to be kind of skinnier, but very good wingspans, very good height for that power forward spot, and they both do have very good jump shots. Looking at Devin Booker, I think he's going to have to go in the C tier category for most people. Now, if you are really good with this Devin Booker card, I will say he can be super elite if you know how to use him. He's a shooting guard, point guard, 6'6" tall with a 6'6" wingspan. Yes, he's not going to have the best dribble sigs like at all. These dribble sigs really aren't the best, but this base 4 jump shot with this release 116, I don't know what about it, but this jump shot is uncontestable on current gen and next gen. And if you're really good at greening like the lightlies, you can green like 10-20% covered jump shots. This card will be super overpowered to use. For that reason, I have to throw him at least in C tier, but for majority of people, he's probably going to be in D or C tier. Looking at Dirk Nowitzki, I think honestly, he's going to be in A tier. I think he's better than every single power forward in B. So yeah, for me, Dirk, very good jump shot. All 3 of these guys, they all got that set shot 25 jumper. Looking at David Robinson, I think he's going to be a little bit lower than Dirk, 1 tier below. A lot of these power forwards, guys, are going to be very elite. I don't think any of them are as good as Dirk or Carmelo. Looking at Dyson Daniels, once again, just another very solid card. I feel like I can't put a lot of these guys in A tier because you guys gotta remember, there's so many cards on this tier list and there's so many elite cards that yes, all of these cards in B tier are very good options. Looking at Dyson Daniels here on 2KDB, you guys can just see he is a very good point guard, 6'8" tall with a 7-foot wingspan. He's obviously going to have like pretty much 99 every single stat. He's going to have 45 Hall of Fame badges, but that's not even the craziest part about Dyson Daniels. It's when we come to the animation screen, he's got the quick dribble style, D-Rose size up, Kobe Bryant escape with the Scottie Pippen behind the back. So some of the best dribble sigs in the game. And then I do like his jump shot a lot. He's got that X and base. X and base was a lot better last year. I still do think it is a very good base this year. Looking at Mark Eden, honestly, he's going to be an A tier, man. He's going to be our first non-endgame card to go in that A tier category. He is a very good power forward or center. It doesn't really matter, you know, where you want to play Mark Eden. He can be a very viable center and he can be a very good power forward as well. He's 7'4" tall with a 7'7" wingspan. I think honestly he's a better center card. Yes, he's going to have 97 speed. He's going to be really good laterally as well at that power forward spot. But for some reason in game, this dude's player model, this dude's weight, I guess it might be the weight, he just looks like an absolute giant in game, almost looks as tall as Taco Fall. So he can definitely guard guys like Taco, guard guys like Yao Ming. He is low-key the Yao Ming stopper at power forward. So yeah, guys, I think Mark Eden definitely has to be in that A tier category. Looking at Dr. J, does he go C tier or does he go B tier? I think Dr. J is a very good card. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna move Boban down to C tier. I think he's probably the worst card in B tier, so I'm gonna move him into C tier. We gotta have obviously some guys in C. Looking at Michael Finley, I mean, he's got to be another good card, man. I mean, for some people, I will say he's probably in C tier. The thing with Michael Finley is he is definitely going to be for guys that are really good at dribbling and for guys that know how to use the dribbling sigs. For example, he's got the best dribbling sigs in the game, but he doesn't really have the best jump shot and he doesn't have the normal leaner. So I think for a lot of people, Michael Finley would be in C tier. But for me personally, you know what? I'm gonna throw him in C tier. I know that's gonna probably piss a lot of dribble heads off in the comment section. You guys can definitely hate me for that. You know, you can bash me for the Michael Finley in C tier. But I think for a majority of the community and for me personally, I'm not really a dribble head. I would much rather a guy like Dr. J at that shooting guard spot. Looking at Rudy Gay, very good, very solid option, very good small forward shooting guard. Definitely going to be in that B tier category. And now, guys, we finally get to our first S tier card, and that is going to be, surprisingly enough, I think it's going to be the small forward Giannis, and we're going to put the other Giannis in A tier. Now, I got to explain this because I know a lot of people are going to ask, you know, why is the small forward one an S and why isn't the point guard one? I think Giannis's best position has always been small forward. His movement really isn't that good this year, even though he's got, you know, the best dribble sigs in the game. When we look at this small forward version, obviously 80 Hall of Fame badges, 99 every single stat. But once we look at the animation screen, he's going to have set shot 25 jumper compared to the other end game Giannis. If we quickly go find where this one is, the point guard Giannis, we look at his jump shot, he's going to have base 3 and he's going to have the Curry escape. So the point guard's going to have a worse escape and it's going to have a worse jump shot in my opinion. I like set shot 25 a lot more than base 3. I'm really not the biggest base 3 fan in the game, but if you guys are a massive base 3 fan, then I think this Giannis will probably be better. But I think for majority of the community, they're going to like the small forward one better. So for me, I'm going to have Giannis at small forward in S tier, and then the point guard Giannis in A tier. Obviously, a very, very good option at point guard. Looking at James Harden, I mean, I think you got to throw him in A tier. I know a lot of people might disagree with that, but I think he's got to be an A tier. He's an endgame card. He's going to be super elite. I love that jump shot. I mean, for me personally, he's better than every single card in B tier. So yeah, maybe he's a little bit lower on the A tier category, but I do think he's at least got to be an A. Looking at Luka Doncic, now this really depends what gen you do play on, but if you guys play on next gen, I think Luka Doncic still has to be an S tier. I feel like he's still a top 5 card, point guard, shooting guard, 6'7" tall with a 6'8" wingspan. I mean, we all know why Luka Doncic is going to be the best on next, or one of the best, I should say. He's got that Luka Doncic base, which is uncontestable on next gen, and they also gave him the quick dribble style and the Scotty Pippen behind the back. So Luka as an offensive card going to be one of the best on next gen, so he is definitely going to be an S tier for me. Looking at Jabari Smith, he's going to be very similar to Dyson Daniels, both at point guard and small forward. They're just both very, very good options. Looking at Nikola Jokic, I think once again, I feel like if you're an endgame card, you kind of have to be in that A tier category. They have 99 every single stat, 80 Hall of Fame badges, and they have some of the best dribble sigs in the game. And the thing about Jokic that's really good is he's 6'11" tall that can play the point guard position. Looking at Kawhi Leonard, I think he's going to go in A tier. I think he's going to be our second non-endgame card to go in A. I think he's a better card than every single one in B tier. Like, this Kawhi Leonard card is super elite on offense and defense. Looking at Kobe Bryant, 1000% in A tier. Do I throw him an S? I think Kobe Bryant might be a top 5 card in the game. If we look at Kobe Bryant here on 2KDB, now you guys might, you know, be like, oh, you said you don't really like base 3. Something about this Kobe Bryant card, I know he's got the base 3 jump shot. Like I said, I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but I've used this card in games. Something about this jump shot, the way he moves, the way he gets to the basket, I don't know why, but this Kobe Bryant card plays so good in game that I feel like he's definitely got to be an S tier. Looking at LaMelo Ball, easily going to be an A tier. He's just a little bit behind Kobe Bryant and Luka Doncic. Magic Johnson, surprisingly enough, I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I'm going to throw Magic in B tier. I'm going to throw Magic in B tier. I'm really not the biggest fan of this card's movement. I don't think, like I said, he's got base 3, but I'd rather Kobe Bryant's jump shot a lot. I don't know why, but for some reason, this Kobe card has a way better jump shot Not like I know they're the same jump shot. I'm just saying for some reason I can just screen a lot more shots with Kobe. Looking at the next card here on the tier list is going to be Thon Maker. Very, very good small forward, but I can't put him higher than C tier. Looking at Manute Bol, gonna be a very solid center option. Still 7'7" tall with an 8 like what 5 wingspan. He's definitely got to go in that B tier category. Looking at Mark Williams, another very, very solid option, but can't put him higher than C tier. But for like 10,000 MT, he's an amazing budget power forward. Looking at Evan Mobley, once again, gonna go in the same category as guys like Kareem, David Robinson, Chet Holmgren. I think they're all around the same tier for power forwards. Looking at out of position Michael Jordan, I think he's still got to be an A tier. He's still one of the best point guards on current gen, probably a top 3 point guard on current gen, and maybe top 5 on next gen. I think he's definitely going to be better than guys like Dyson and better than pretty much every single card in B tier. Looking at the next card here on the tier list is going to be Sabonis. I think he's a pretty solid option. He's going to be like a little bit of a tricky one because he can play power forward, but I feel like he's a little too slow to play power forward. So you might want to play him at center, but then at center, he might be a tiny bit too small for like grabbing rebounds over guys like Taco. And talking about Taco Fall, is Taco Fall still a top 5 card in the game? I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna put him in A tier for now, but we might move Taco Fall up to S tier. Looking at the next card here on the tier list, it's gonna be Shaq. I think Shaq's got to be an S tier. I do think Shaq is probably the best power forward. Oh wait, no, I forgot we got Yao Ming. Yeah, no, Yao Ming, he definitely got to be an S tier. This Yao Ming card, I'm telling you guys right now, I think he might be the best goddamn card in the game. This Yao Ming card is insane. He can play power forward. He's 7'6" tall with a 7'9" wingspan. And then he's literally got the best dribble 6 in the game. He's got set shot 25 jumper. He's got the Trae Young leaner. Like guys, this Yao Ming card, in my opinion, I think is the best card in the game. Looking at the last 3 cards here, I'm gonna throw T-Mac in B tier. I think he's probably, somewhere in the middle of B. Looking at Chris Webber, once again, he's an endgame card. I feel like he at least has to go in A tier. And then Will Chamberlain, another very good power forward, not on the same level as guys like Shaq and Yao Ming. So guys, I think this is gonna be my top 5. Is this my top 5 cards in the game? I think it honestly might be. I mean, you could argue Taco Fall in S tier. I mean, you could pretty much argue everybody in A tier might deserve to be an S. But guys, this is going to be my tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.